Well, good evening, folks. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Thursday, but it's kind of like Friday for me. Just gave my last exam for the semester. Got a work day tomorrow. But we are here to talk about Ruddy Man Grooming. Jimmy sent me out a package. So we had a couple things going on. Jimmy said, I'm going to send you out some of these seasonal scents. It's like, great. I'd love to try them because I saw some of the profiles and they look awesome. Going to be sharing those with you tonight. But also I saw Jimmy on the live stream and he's got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of really cool things happening over at Ruddy Man. And he also said he wanted to run a sale. So I thought maybe we could use my platform here to help get that message out. So if you guys will welcome on in Mr. Jimmy from Mr. Ruddy Man himself. Good to see you, my man.
Hello. Thanks for having me, man.
Always good to be on screen. Now, the last time we were on screen here on my channel, we released my collab scent, which was called Old Home Place. You'll see that rooster playing banjo right there. Banjo playing rooster. Yeah. That's one of my favorite scents. I know it's a little bit different because it's got cornbread and tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff, but it is really neat. How many scents have you mixed together this year? That's crazy.
Oh, I don't know, man. We really wanted to ramp it up, and I think we did it.
Yeah.
we
don't let it run over you, Jimmy. Don't let it run over you.
I know. We had at least one a month, and that doesn't include like collaborations like that. So, at least that, and then maybe a couple more for that Ruddy Reveal when we were doing a monthly thing. So
We'll talk about
I was running, but I liked it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the return of the Ruddy Reveal, special Ruddy Reveal event happening in 2022. So we'll get into all that. Let's say hello to some folks in the chat. I'll scroll back up here. We had Aldemir. We got greeters in here. Michael. Who else? I saw Ellie, I thought. Got Corey from Weatherbeard. Got Billy. String Beer. He said he brought the beers. Mark Duran Jr., good to see you. Noah Green. We got the bearded cheesehead in here. Jason Klein. Dad Ron. And is that everybody? Alan Moody, good to see you. Benjamin. Nice. Chris Perez. Cal
Yeah.
Bizzle. Man, they're coming out to see you, Jimmy. It must be the bowler
Oh
hat.
man,
Which we're
it's
trying
gotta
to
be.
we're keeping the hat game on point tonight as best we
Yeah,
can.
yeah. Everybody knew I was gonna wear this guy. I'm sure. I'm sure they knew.
Bearded Dragons in here, good to see you. So where do you want to start, Jimmy? You want to talk a little bit about 2021 and how you're wrapping things up here? And I'm going to start opening this thing, and I'll be sharing those with you
Yeah.
as we go through this evening. Okay.
Yes. So
Oh,
just
or
like
maybe
a
should we talk about the sale?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's
Let's
go
do
ahead
that
and
for sure.
talk about the sale, because that's one of the reasons to be on here is Jimmy's having special days of Christmas, and he's like, "Ooh, let's combine all this stuff together and do a big
Yeah.
sale." And
Yeah.
I am glad to be a part of that. So thank you for that, Jimmy. But
Absolutely.
everything is revolving around my code tonight. So my code's Banjo 15, and tonight is worth. Now, let me make sure I got this right, Jimmy. 40% off.
40.
40%
40.
off
Yes.
with Banjo 15. So I got that scrolling at the bottom. I think
Yeah.
I've got it linked in the chat. Takes you directly to it. So be checking it out, looking around. If you have any questions, let us know. I've tried almost all of these scents. I got some new ones tonight, but you've sent me a box that was this big,
Yeah.
and now I got a bag that's just about that big too. So
Yeah. Yeah. We had some catching up to do. Seasonals are always they're kind of like their own little army, you know. But yeah, this tonight I kind of had one of my or a couple of my Ruddy reps reached out to me yesterday, and they're like, when's the next Tingle All the Way event thing gonna happen? And I said, guys, you'll have to excuse me. I spent all day yesterday trying to work on this playground that my wife and I got our kids, and I just forgot. I forgot to do something for the business, you know, because you got to pick your battles. So um, I figured I'd come back swinging strong this time. So we're doing the 40% off sale from now until midnight tonight only, using Banjo 15 as the code. And then I'm also going to go kind of crazy and throw in a free Ruddy Preserve beast, one of the beasts that's discontinued for a time. That's just a mystery scent. We'll throw that in there, and some people might end up with, I don't know, Ringside. Another person might end up with Party Crasher. You know, we'll have some fun. You know, just kind of throwing some different things at you. So
nice,
that's
because there
happening.
were a few that I got that were kind of special scents this year. I was like, man, these are some of my favorites. Sarcophagus
Yeah,
was one of my favorites. Legendary, was that the orange waffle
yeah,
cone? I
yeah,
really like that one. I was so surprised. So you've done
yeah. That
some
that
great
one was a
things.
smooth one, man, for sure.
I got to do
So
another
we're
video
definitely
for
gonna
you
do that.
too, because so you do some of those crazy scents, but you're not just
Yeah,
novelty scents. Even you got the characters and those kind of things.
yeah.
I think I may need to do the sophisticated side of Ruddy Man and just do a video just featuring those scents.
Oh, sure, yeah. And that's one of the things that I mean we can talk about going forward. My wife and I have been chatting about what the new year holds, and one of the things she said was we need to get you some more really solid mainline scents. I think this year people really got the idea that um, sky's the limit with Ruddy Man. We'll do whatever we can to make a very unique, sure, novelty, but also like it works kind of scent. But we also want to put our spin on some really, really good. I don't want to say classics, like we're just going to redo everything that's already been done, but we're looking forward to having some of those things that people can call an every single day wear, you know. So we have some of those scent profiles coming out. This year has been absolutely bonkers. We were very, very happy. with the turnout for things like the Beast Yourself Ready Custom. We actually shut that down in August so we could focus on all this seasonal stuff. And a lot of the new scent profiles that came out of Ruddy Man were a direct result of that. So if you got a Beast Yourself Ready Custom and you're watching this, thank you so much for giving us the reins to do something really fun and creative. We're going to start that back up. Well, it's open now. Um, the code tonight won't apply to the customs because they're just so they just so expensive. But yeah, we're going to start those up starting in the new year. So if you haven't jumped over to this side of that kind of thing, then maybe look into that. That's a really cool deal. We're going to continue doing that as long as there's interest in it. And then yeah, we've got the Ruddy Reveal coming up, and that's going to be an annual event. We're going to make that a huge shindig at the end of Q1. So believe we'll start really pumping it in February, and then all of March will be a big mystery for anybody who wants to be involved in that. So
Yeah, that Ruddy Reveal is so fun. I did a video kind of going through the experience back when he had it a monthly thing. Now, if you need any voiceover work to help you
yeah.
with that, uh, we can get out the
I may
radio
take you
voice.
up on that. I
That'd
may
be
take you
fun.
up on that. Seeing as how we're having to do well, in order to make it more inclusive for an entire audience of people who don't want to like fork out the money every single month. We want it to be, we wanted it to be something that was memorable. And I think we do that anyway. But if it's only going to be once a year, I want people to be completely wowed by everything. So that's actually something that I'd be very interested in doing, is having some guest voiceovers on our on the writing, because that's part of the fun. Is we write the mystery, we audio graph it out, we make it more like I don't know, like a fiction podcast kind of feel. And ever since we started, I think I may have had my wife on there once doing a voice,
She
and
did one of the
everything else has
screams.
just been me.
She did
Yeah,
the
she was
scream
doing
after the
she was
murder.
doing the screams when somebody got murdered, and then I would make a lot of really, I mean, obviously not female voices, but they were for females, so it would be nice to get some people that actually can portray my characters a lot better. So we'll talk. That
Yeah.
that, that sounds fun.
That would be
Yeah.
fun. So, by the way, guys, if you scrolling across the bottom is my code, which is Banjo15, saves you 40% until midnight tonight, and you will also, if you make an order, you'll get a freebie. Did I say that right? With the okay,
Yes.
you'll get
Yeah. I'll throw in
a
a that's
free oil.
discontinued right now. So, yeah,
Awesome.
it'll be a
And I
mystery.
have a package that Jimmy sent me with some of these seasonals. In fact, all of the seasonals that he currently has. So
Yeah.
there's six kind of holiday inspired ones, and then two other ones. One that's released and one that hasn't even been released yet, I believe. Am I correct in that?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Wow. Wow.
So I believe the one that you're talking about, we released for a quick sale, the out of hibernation sale that we did at the end of summer. That was to bring back all of the discontinued scents that we tell people that we don't really discontinue them forever. We just put those beasts out on the ready preserve, and then they come back out at certain seasons. So this was one of the brand new ones, and it was a custom, um, but we're going to release it for kind of a New Year's type thing.
Cool. We'll talk
So
about that. And maybe save that one for last. Bearded Dragon wants to know if you can put that hat in his package if he orders.
no, my wife probably wants me to. I'll be honest with you guys. I got this really cool buy one get one deal. There's a hat that I've been looking at that would be really good for the musical side of what I do. Um, and I couldn't find another hat in my size that looked like I wanted it to. And then this thing just scrolled down, and I was like, I have to have it. So I didn't even actually pay for it.
Well, it
But the
works.
crazy thing is, as funny as it is kind of, I mean, Shasta was like, "You look like you're trying to be an Irish pimp," and I was like, "I'm not." I'm not going for that as much as I definitely look like a leprechaun. So we had to stick some holly in the side here so it was festive and not St. Patty's Day centric. But you will see this hat again come March. So
And by the way, guys, if you didn't know, Jimmy and I live relatively close to each other. We're in the same state. We're about, I don't know, an hour and some change away from each other. We did get a chance to meet up. I got the chance to meet your lovely wife. She is
yeah,
so
yeah,
fun. And one of
yeah,
his
she
trade
is,
shows, look
man.
at there it is. We got the
Hey,
picture.
hey,
Now, one of us
if
is
anybody,
tall and one of us is not so tall. Everybody always sees me on the videos and they think I'm really short, but I'm 6'3.5" or something like that. So I'm pretty tall.
I don't know if we thought that you were short as much as we only ever see from like the top of your collarbone up to your head, and I remember once when Barbado Joe was doing a bunch of videos, he mentioned a meetup. He was riding through our area, and I met
Y'all
him at
met at the
a
Bojangles.
local Bojangles. Yeah, we got some chicken biscuits, but he was like, "Y'all don't know this about Ruddy, man, but King Tinkle's a big boy." Like, and I was like, I don't know how to take this, brother. And he was like, man, he's just a broad, tall guy, and he doesn't look like that on screen. And then when I met you at Southern Charm, I was like, holy smokes, this guy, like I have to look up at you.
Yeah, and
So
I was bending
I
down a little
think I
bit
think
in
the
that
camera
picture.
always. Oh, I know that tent was like a little bit looming, um, but yeah, I mean, I think when you see people on camera, you just have no real perception of you know who what they really look like until you see in person. So that was a fun day, man. We had a good time meeting you and your lovely wife, and seeing like the tons of folks out there.
That was
So it
crazy. I
was
didn't
it
know
was
what I was getting into. It took
I
me like
know it
an
was.
hour to get in the parking lot. That was something else. We'll have to talk about some of your
I've never
shows.
been on that side of things.
Yeah.
I've always been a vendor there, so I had no idea.
By the way, special shout out. Makeshift just bought his first products tonight.
Right on.
Why
That's
not?
great.
Everybody else is doing it, so why
Yes.
not?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Come on. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Camo Cam says he wants more short and stout then since the
Oh, you know what? That was anytime you do this kind of business where you put out a whole lot of different scents because you can't help but just create, you know, um, some of those scents that you just know if the masses would grab hold of them, they would absolutely love them. They kind of go under the radar because, I mean, there's a lot of other businesses to buy from. There's a lot of things that one business like mine is putting out. And it's like, Jimmy, I just got done buying this last thing. Why are you doing another one? But Short and Stout is one of those guys that I really believe when it comes back, um, everybody should get a hold of. It's a really smooth, awesome scent profile. Just makes everything different. So yeah, I don't know. We'll check on that. I'll check on that one.
Cool. All right. So somebody else is going to be a first time buyer tonight. Let's see. Just need to know how much to get. How long will the summer butter last with daily use? A month or two? I would definitely say well over a month because you only sell it in that 4 ounce bottle, right?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah, and
lot of
and
summer butter. But
it
it just
is a
depends on
lot of
how
summer
big your
butter.
beard is and how much you use. But it's going to last a while.
Yeah, I would say easily 2 months. I mean that's if I'm using one bottle only, and no other butters at all. So it'll last a good long while. It will keep a very good long while. So don't worry about that. The time frame. So,
Yeah,
but
Cal
it's a
Bizzle
great
says it
deal
will
for the
last.
amount.
The final answer is it will last a while. That's the official answer. Okay.
Wow.
Everybody's loving that bartender, they're saying. Now, it wasn't for me because I don't like root beer smell, but that's, I
Yeah.
like most of the
You
other
gotta
scents.
love you gotta love root beer if you're gonna like that
Yeah.
one for
All right,
sure.
let's get into some of these scents. Let's show off the website here. So we've got, here are the seasonal scents that are in season right
Hmm.
now, and Jimmy has just sent them out to me. I have just packaged them. I have not smelled them yet. If I remember correctly, 3 of these are new and 3 of them are back from last year, or 2 of them are new and 4 are back from last year.
The bottom three were definitely here last year, and then Moscow Morning was also something that we released probably in the fall, I believe, of last year or 2 years ago. We've done that as a like a fall time winter scent. We tried to figure out the best time to do it, and I think we realized it was more of a wintry scent. It makes you feel warm and good.
All right, so let's
So
get it. Let's get into the two new ones here because I am really excited about some of these because I have not tried any of these. I've just gotten them in, and let's
yeah,
talk about Aurora because that one sounds
yeah.
really, really cool because you know, or really cold even. Maybe it's even in Siberia and it's snowing a little bit. So
Oh, look at the
look
magic!
at
It's the
that.
magic of
So
Christmas.
I'm getting ready. It's Christmas magic, boys and girls. By the way, you can get 40% off with Banjo 15 on this. So Aurora, frosty air, cool cologne, leather, and a cedar sled. It sounds amazing. And I've learned that anything Jimmy does is he's pretty good at mixing stuff, and it comes out smooth, even if it's weird stuff that he's putting in there. So this all sounds like good stuff. So I'm gonna give it a little smell here. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, we got the fancy stuff going on these. Oh, I got to take the little.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna like that one.
yeah. I feel like this one is going to be a good winter scent for a lot of dudes. You know,
Yeah, it's not overly. It's not minty. It's not minty. You get the frosty and
right,
cologne, but it's not like
right.
peppermint because you get that. You get like cologne and a little
Yeah,
leather and a little
yeah,
cedar, and then it's just a nice and bright scent because of the frosty air part to that. Man, that's a really good one. Now, Jimmy, I'm trying to go through and pick out my
yeah.
top scents of the
Good,
year for the
good.
video, and this is my last package that I have to incorporate. So now I got to go through all these and try to get them all in before the end of the year. But that's a really good one, guys. I highly recommend that one based off of bottle smell only. But I
Awesome.
know everything that Jimmy does wears good in the beard. But tell me about this one a little
We
bit.
try.
Yeah.
Um,
So how did this one come about?
about Aurora. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a custom that that took off. Like it was just really it was super cool because my wife started doing like pet portraits before she did the rebranding for my whole company. And so this one is actually based off of the customer's pet. Uh, and it was really rad because the dog's name in real life is Aurora, and she is a husky. So I kind of went like right on the nose and said, hey, is there any way you'd be interested in doing like an Alaskan sledder type thing, mush mush type stuff? And the customer was like, yes, yeah, let's do that. So they definitely wanted some cedar in there, and we have fun with the like the scent profile names and stuff. I'm trying to give a little bit more of what we expect you to um, experience rather than just give you a straight up list. Here are the notes. You will get this, 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 and this. I want you to feel like you're kind of like getting all of those the qualities of being on a sled other than just cold, like
Just
so
peppermint, right?
we had
There's
a
more
good
to it than just
time. There were a
mint.
couple. Yeah, yeah, and honestly, I mean, I know a lot of, and we've even talked before. Like I'll use bourbon and I'll use leather in a lot of different scent profiles, particularly when they're custom based. Um, but what we try to do is not make the same thing or even remotely close to the same thing twice if we can help it. So I've got Dapper Fox kind of set aside as the big peppermint deal in my lineup. This one we wanted to give off something that was more like chilly air, not like mint as much as cool. Um, so yeah, that's it, and it turned out beautifully. I think it's one of my favorite ones from the custom
Yeah,
series we did.
that's really good one if you're into the kind of cologne type of vibe and not foodie vibe, not peppermint straight up peppermint or anything like that. So it doesn't smell like candy. So this is one, is
Yeah.
E-Rock in here? E-Rock never likes anything with food in it. He always wants the cologne stuff. So that one would be a good choice for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to be doing a couple of giveaways here, so stay tuned for that. And once again, you can save 40% if you use the code BANJO15. And you talked about using bourbon and leather. So the Aurora's got a little leather. And the other new one is Naughty Nick. Is that correct, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly? So Naughty Nick, you can see his,
Yes.
he's got his
Naughty Nick is new.
He's got his tattoos. I should roll up my sleeves here and show you my tattoos, but I won't do that tonight. So this one is Tricky Tobacco, Boisterous Bourbon, and Mint Mischief. And as I always like to say on my videos, Jimmy likes his bourbons.
Yeah.
Jimmy likes his bourbons. It used to be I would be a sucker.
Yeah. And that's one of those.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think I've got a little bit of a lag, so I'm having a hard time knowing if I'm stepping on your toes or not. But this one was also a custom, and I can't really tell right now. I've been asked before, is Naughty Nick the same as Ruddy Claus? Yeah, I mean, it's not at all in scent profile, but as a beast, I think this is probably Ruddy Claus's
His
cousin who lives
his
in a
bad
hut
cousin.
right next to the
He's
workshop.
the black sheep.
Yeah, he's the guy that I know. He gets all the elves in trouble. So
Yeah, I like
but
that one
yeah,
too.
this one was a simpler scent profile, I think, but it's fun. It's good everyday wear for the season, I think.
Yeah, so I get mostly the bourbon is what you get mostly, and it may wear off more in the beard, but you definitely get a little bit of mint, just a hint, and then you get the tobacco to kind of round everything out. That's a good blend. Maybe similar to some other stuff you may have done, right?
Yeah.
What's the other one you had? Had bourbon?
I do believe. Oh gosh, we had
Small Batch Bully was something had
one
bourbon.
that was just Small Batch Bully had a really nice bourbon in it. GI, but we just released with Chris. That one's got some bourbon in it as well. I've had some with a sweeter bourbon, but like I said, most of these are. If you see the same kind of ingredient like leather or bourbon, particularly, it's because I keep getting asked for these as customs instead of, just coming out of my own brain. So.
And it looks like you've frozen on my screen, Jimmy. If you want to pop back out and back in, that'll probably help with the lag too.
Okay, I'll do it.
Cool. So we'll get Jimmy back on here in just a second. Yeah, Midnight has bourbon. Yeah, there's several of them. The elephant one was, I can't remember what it was called. I've got it. I don't remember what it's called. Let's get Jimmy back in here, guys. Here he comes. Oh, there, you're back.
Yeah.
That fixed the lag?
A little bit. Yeah, I think it's my internet, man. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I buy it.
Yeah, sometimes when I get on StreamYard, when on Chrome, when I get on with somebody else, like it'll just keep getting further and further behind, and like I see lips moving, and then the voice is like 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
I just have to go pop out and pop back in. It usually resets a little bit. So anytime you need to do that, just go for it. We'll keep it going.
Yeah.
Let's do one more scent, and then maybe we'll do a giveaway here. What should we do next, Jimmy?
Let's see. I always like. Well, since you've done those two, that's one really holiday centric, and I'm interested to see what your thoughts are on Santa's Twerk Shop. I want to see what's going on there.
So we got Rudolph in the building, huh?
Yeah, with an emphasis on rude. Yeah.
Rudolph's making the dollar bills fly. So Mint Musk and the dirty dollar bills. He's making it rain.
That's
Rudolph.
Great, man.
So we got Mint,
bad.
Mint, Musk, and dirty dollar bills. So let's see what we got here.
It's a fun scent, I think.
Yeah, that was
kind
fun.
Of that. It's supposed to be like reminiscent of the after party. Saint Nick has gotten everything finished. He's got all the gifts. delivered. He's back at home, and he's like, I'm just going to kick back and relax. So
Yeah, I like that one because I think I like this one because it doesn't have the bourbon in it. Because the bourbon
yeah,
can kind of smell the strongest, and since it's musk and mint and the mint and the dollar
yeah,
bills go together, and then you got a little bit of musk to make it, a little bit more. It's not cologne, but it's kind of to take it away from food type of sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We can we're a little bit we're able to do things that aren't just edible smelling.
Oh man. And thank you guys for
Oh boy.
chiming in the chat and telling your favorite scents and all of those. And just keep that going. And I'm putting them up as I see them. But who's ready for a giveaway? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for the giveaway. By the way, if you haven't liked the video, please do. And if you wouldn't mind sharing, just to get the word out about the sale, especially because I know some people are wanting to take advantage when you get 40% off. You can't really beat that.
No.
So, as we're getting ready for the giveaway here in just a second, Jimmy, let's think about some of the other products that you've had come out. So you've expanded your product line a little bit, and then maybe we could talk about where you want to go with and expand it even more for next year.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I think well, we didn't release these in 2021, but we really kind of dialed in what we wanted to do with body washes. I know that a lot of guys and gals like you use them on a daily basis. We were selling them at one point at like 8 ounces, and that just doesn't seem feasible. So we upped our bottle volume to 16 ounces on the body washes. We
Yeah, I saw some of
um,
those in person. Those are really big. You got one handy to show the.
yeah, yes, I do. Yeah, let me get behind. Y'all didn't know my barn door was actually a
Oh, wait a
foldable
minute.
one,
He's going behind the barn.
right? So this is one of our body washes in the Cookie Queen scent. That's our strawberry cookie deal. Um, so 16 ounces as opposed to like our Ruddy Rinse. This is our shower conditioner. So if I put these next to one another, you're going to see a massive difference. I mean, it's double, but that bottle really,
It looks like
really
a
looks
wine
big.
bottle, Jimmy. This thing's
It sure
big.
does, man. Sure does. And that leads me into 2022, the Ruddy Vineyard. And I'm just, we're
Well,
not
you
going to
do
do
live in the
that.
area. There's a lot of vineyards up
I,
that way.
there are some cool places around here, but yeah. So we've gotten that underway, and that was kind of our first foray into creating something that was a little more for grooming. That's why at one time we were called Ruddy Man Beard Company. Now we're Ruddy Man Grooming because we want to create an entire layout of something that the entire family can come and get something that'll help them be clean, smell good, feel good. And then, of course, with Shasta's art, just have like a really cool, nostalgic kind of connection to what we're doing. So we also released natural deodorant. So that was a big first for us. It took a very, very long time. And we're really happy uh, with the experience people are having now. So um, we were able to do that. I think I've got one right here. And these are, you'll have to pardon the older, and now they're older labels. But we've got those in 3 cents. We're looking at expanding that line. We'll bring in two or three more new
There's a good
ones.
scent for you to put it in.
Yeah. Aurora would be a nice one.
Seriously,
Yeah.
it would.
Oh boy. Yeah. I
And
know that
sorry
we're
guys
also going to be doing.
about the chat. For some reason it wasn't loading on my window, so I closed it and opened it back up, and now I see everybody's comments coming through. So if I missed
Oh,
any of
okay. Good. Good.
questions, put them in there again, guys, and we'll go from there. All right, thank you. And no, I don't think
Um,
you got body sprays yet, right? You know, body sprays, but you
no,
got.
not body sprays. If you're thinking more on the like the cologne kind of feel, we are planning on releasing our colognes this next year, and I believe we're going to go the solid cologne route. I've had both sprays and I've had solids, and the solids just work for me better. And one thing that I'm going to do when it comes to this kind of stuff is test on me. And because I have very, very sensitive skin. That's part of the reason why it took us so long to find a deodorant that would work. If it didn't work for me, I wasn't going to put it out there. So we finally figured that out. Solid colognes just seems more like the rustic kind of foresty vibe that we're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think we've done a good job of kind of scaling back and steering away from um, what would make us look super modern. We want to have that rustic vintage feel. Um, and while some of our stuff looks woodsy, we want to give off kind of that whole like, the anthropomorphic animal thing really dictates where we go and how our containers look and all kinds of things like that. So a lot of thoughts gone into the next products and how they're going to um, you know exemplify what we've been trying to build in the past. So solid colognes feels right. We're going to do that. Um, and that's coming out next year. We'll expand the deodorant line, like I mentioned, with some more scent profiles. Of course, those scent profiles will be vetted. We don't want to just throw like this, especially the cool novelty food scents. I'm not going to make those into deodorants. I
Yeah.
will not do it because I don't believe I'll sell them. Some of you jokers might buy them, but
Dad Ron said
nobody
he
needs
wants
to
a
smell.
headmaster. He wants a headmaster as a deodorant. Please do not
um,
make Old Home Place as a deodorant. We don't want
I
cornbread under
I
your
won't.
pits.
I won't. I won't. And as far as headmaster goes, I probably would not make that a deodorant, and I'll tell you why. We tried to create. Um, I worked diligently with Ken from. Oh gosh, I always want to say Bluegrass Bearded.
Well, he released a
Ken,
bluegrass
the
build.
content
He
coach.
released a video
He
on Bluegrass Builder channel today about your deodorant. So go check that out. But
he
he's
he
also
did.
Ken, the
He did.
content coach.
Yeah, Ken, the content coach. He and I worked on this because he started a whole series on deodorants prior to that. And one of the first ones we did was his collaboration scent, which has leather in it. And while it didn't smell bad, it smelled weird. And it was like, okay, armpits don't need to smell like this. So, I don't think I'm going to do that. Now we might do it in some other forthcoming kind of coffee-esque scent, maybe, but I highly doubt I'm going to do foodie scents for deodorants.
Cam wants a
Um,
midnight deodorant.
that's happening.
I
That is
want I
absolutely
want
happening.
Aurora deodorant.
I think we can make that one happen because
Yeah,
it,
because
it, it's
I
got
think that would work really well.
a crisp cologne kind of thing going there. Let's
No whistle
see.
punk. It's got smoke under your armpits. You don't want to have your armpits on fire, Ben.
I already told Ben we had to make that one because it's I think a lot of folks feel like whistle punk is going to be like a campfire because
Yeah,
it
it's
says
not.
campfire in the ingredients, but it's more of a warm amber esque kind of cologne scent,
Yeah.
so that would work really well. And it has just enough of the smoke in it that Ben would love
Smoke.
it.
Yeah, I
So
like that one as well.
um,
I got it right here.
yeah, and we already have River Runner, so my plan is to round out
The Sawyer
the
series.
deodorants with the rest of the Sawyer series, and perhaps even bring in another beast or two to the Sawyer series next year. We'll have to see what we can come up with there. Um, but yeah,
So what scents are in the deodorant currently? If I remember right, it's Shipwrecked, Dapper Fox, and what's the
and
other one?
River Runner.
River Runner.
Yeah,
Those are the three.
yeah. So you kind of have like River Runner is like that aquatic oak moss cologne kind of thing. Um, Shipwreck is a beachy scent, and then Dapper Fox is very peppermint, spruce, tea tree, natural kind of forward. Adding others that would be more on the clean cologne kind of feel is just a natural tendency that we're going to take. And then who knows, we might find like going forward, like tonight, I didn't even realize until you said that Aurora would make a great deodorant. I think and we always want to be open to what our customers and affiliates are saying about that kind of thing. So that sounds like a really good idea actually for a winter one. So
Or maybe you could just do every season you have something that you could work in as deodorant for one of your scents, like
yeah,
sarcophagus would work.
yeah, I
So
believe I believe you're right there. That one's just, gosh, I don't know how many people got sarcophagus. If you did, let me know because I don't have the numbers right in my head right now, but I love that scent profile. Of course,
It's
I
going
have a soft spot in my heart for Egyptian amber, so
yeah,
that one,
it's going to be making my top scents of the year, even though it's not currently being sold, Jimmy.
yeah, yeah. He's on the preserve, man. He's in the tombs for now. So,
Yeah. Well, let's do this.
but
Giveaway time, boys and girls.
oh, I love that.
Don't let that
Oh, that's
snowball
perfect.
hit you. So we have 41 people in here currently. Thank you guys so much. Sarcophagus is fantastic. Zig27 says, I agree. I agree.
Right
Got
on.
Ken in here. Good to see you. We're just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning about that video you
Hey, hey, man.
released today about the deodorant. Great job on that. So we've got 41 people in here. Let's try to do a number 1 through 20. You can go ahead and go when you're ready. And the way we do things is a little bit different on my channel. It's because I like being different, if you can't tell with all of this stuff happening. If more than one person guesses the correct number, we go with the second person who guessed the correct number, just in case you got the slow internet, because that always bugs me when that happens. But if you're the only person to get it right, you win. If 3 people get it right, we go with the second person. So that's a little bit different, but it's
Right
still
on.
fair and square.
Yeah, it is. And
I see
tonight you'll
about,
win a free hug from me.
we didn't even say what you want, what you're going to be winning, but you're going to be winning an oil and probably one of these special editions, but we'll see. We want you to be happy with what you get, but we'll
Yeah,
kind of work
yeah.
from there.
Eric, yeah, amber scent is good. I like amber.
And if you have not gone, go ahead and go, and we'll check the numbers here in just a second. I see 45 people watching. We're going to number 1 through 20. Ron says he definitely wants a Jimmy hug. I've had one, and they're pretty good, but not as good as from his wife. Just let me tell you.
I know. She's a great hugger. And she's a lot prettier. So that helps. Can I
Eh?
change my
No, you can't change your number. Free hugs for everybody. Well, guys, I did not see the correct answer because you can't change your number, but the number was 1, and nobody ever likes picking that one. But there it was. Let's go 20 through 40. We'll try it one more time. 20 through 40. You can go ahead and go. And if that doesn't work,
sarcophagus might be part of like the freebies that I throw into every order that
oh,
happens between now
man,
and midnight.
man.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, there they go.
They all just zipped up at one time.
All right. A few more seconds there. If you haven't taken a guess, go ahead. But I do think we're going to have a winner this time. And we're going to
Yes.
see. I saw the correct number multiple times. And I have to go with the second person who got the correct number. And remember that, when you hit enter on your computer or your phone, it pops right up on your screen. But then it's got to travel all the way through the internets, the World Wide Web, before it
Yeah.
gets to YouTube. And therefore, it comes up at a different time on the YouTube side. So the number was, wait for it. Wait a minute. That's the wrong tab. You don't want to see the weather. The number was 22. And I saw a whole lot of people with 22. The first person was Jeff Rice. And the second person, who is our winner, is Benjamin Reviews. And they were right next to each other, back to back. And then we had Rush Young a few later that had 22. And then we had Diablo that had 22. And y'all were just like in tune with it that time.
I don't know about you, but they were feeling 22.
Well, they didn't feel the 1 through 20. Nobody guessed number 1. But anyway, Benjamin, you won. Congratulations, sir. You won an oil. If you have not tried one of these new scents, the seasonal scents, I would highly suggest them. So far, my favorite is Aurora, even though I really do like all 3. None of them made me want to turn my nose up at it. That's for sure.
Oh, good. Good.
A lot of congrats there in the chat. And let's see, we got some more stuff to go through here. So how about Moscow
Hmm.
morning? Now, when I did the Ruddy Reveal for my month that I did the video for, you had something that was similar to this scent, wasn't it? I can't remember. It was
Yeah, the very first month, I can understand where you're going.
it was like
I think it was
lemon
hot
hot
toddy,
toddy.
hot
Yeah,
toddy.
yeah.
Yeah, and that one may make a comeback later on in the winter.
It was a
It
good
was
one.
a really nice. It was bourbon, some citrus, and tea. Um, or no, lemonade. I'm sorry, lemonade. I'm thinking of Moscow Morning because I'm reading
Because
Russian
you're
tea right
reading it
now.
right on the screen.
Yeah, right there. But yeah, hot toddy was a really cool scent. It was lemon, some orange, citrus, a little bit of clove. Not enough clove to make all you clove haters absolutely hate it. Honestly, it was like one of our very, very best um, received scents from the Ruddy Reveal last year. So it was fun. It was a fun one to make.
Nice. Oh, Chris says that Moscow Morning was his first purchase. That was the scent that
Yeah,
started everything.
yeah,
Wow, that's crazy. Now,
yeah,
when I was young and at Christmas time, I remember drinking Russian tea, and it was like it had tang in it. Is the way it
yeah,
was made.
yeah,
It was like, and that was
yeah.
really good. So this is going to be
Funny enough,
interesting.
Russian tea isn't from Russia. It's very southern. I mean,
Oh,
I
that I
think,
smell the tea.
yeah, it's got sweet tea. Some nice, like spicy orange,
Yeah, it's got like
and then
a spicy sweet
some
note.
lemonade. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
this is
mostly.
honestly one of my happy. It's one of those scents that when I wear it, I get really like in a great mood.
Yeah, it's crazy how
Just
these scents will affect your mood or bring back certain memories. It's
yeah.
pretty interesting how that happens.
Oh, Camo likes that hiatus too. That was our last one from the Ruddy Reveals. So
So yeah, Brian, you definitely get that. You get tea and then the spice citrus kind of at the same time on that. Yeah,
hmm
Ken likes it too.
yeah, it's a great one, man. I love that one.
Cool. All right, we got two more. I really last year when I saw Magi, I was like, I really wanted to try that. So out of the ones here, the
Yeah,
ones that were speaking to me was the Aurora and the Magi. Even though I've really liked the other ones as well. Um, yeah, you can't go wrong with any of these. I don't know about the
that's
eggnog.
awesome.
I'm saving it for last because I don't like eggnog, just like I don't like root beer. So I didn't like bartender. So
Yeah.
well, we may Ruddy Claus and I may not be getting along, but we're going to try
That's okay.
Magi.
That's okay.
We're going to try Magi. Yeah, we can't like them all. We got Johnny Grooms in here. Just Eric said he just ordered Moscow Morning and Naughty Nick. Great, great, great.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, by the
Hey,
way,
Johnny, what's going on?
Banjo 15 will save you 40% off until midnight. Thank you, Jimmy, so much for
40.
doing that and
Absolutely.
letting me help out a little bit. And we got 45 people in here, which is not bad, not bad.
Not at
So,
all. Not
so
at all.
I love frankincense scents from companies. I don't think there's enough out there. I guess some people really don't like it. Um, I guess I don't know why. Maybe they think it's too much like incense. I don't really get incense from a mild
No,
frankincense.
no, it's its own thing entirely. I think that so many people, so many companies can source it probably poorly. And I say that lovingly. I don't mean that in a bad way towards companies, but I think sometimes the scent that you get can stand alone and smell really well, but it doesn't mix well with other things. And frankincense is very, in my opinion, it's like kind of a volatile one. But that kind of leans into one of the things that I want to do. I've been hinting at it for a couple of years now, but I kind of want to do a series called the Ruddy Originals and just re-release my very first scent profiles. They were super, super simple. Um, but like some of the ones that haven't seen, I mean, I just haven't made them in a few years. And one of them is very frankincense heavy. It's called Godly Beard.
I remember
Camo
I had that one.
Camo wants me to
I
bring that
think I
one back.
traded somebody for that one time. Somebody sent. Didn't you have
Yeah,
one called
yeah.
like tall trees or tall lumber or something? I can't remember
Big
what.
and big and tall.
Big and
Big
tall.
and
That's what
tall
it
was,
was.
yeah, that was
Guys,
just cedar and sandal. So
this Magi is really good. For some reason, I get like
Yes.
a when I stick it up to my nose, I get like a hint of a. Don't ask me why. I get like a little bit of a cherry kind of vibe. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, it's got like that.
A
Oh
currant,
gosh.
a black currant or something in it.
Yes, something like that. When they mix together, I think that's the myrrh and the oud together,
Yeah, I don't know if
because
I've
that
ever had
myrrh has
myrrh
almost like
before.
a.
I've had frankincense. I've
Uh,
never had the myrrh.
yeah, it's a really low in the spectrum scent profile. It's just really low. I don't know how to. You know how you have like warmer scents. Amber is like a warm
Yeah,
scent. Myrrh is like that, only it is way uh weaker,
yeah. It's
so
kind of
when
like a
but it's a.
dark amber and black currant kind of vibe,
Yeah,
not strong on the
yeah.
currant. And then you get the
And that's
frankincense
that's
and
one of the
oud.
things we love doing, is finding those scent
Man, that's good.
profiles that don't stand out on their own, but they play really well with others. And myrrh is that way. I think it really makes it gives it this nice sophistication with also like a little bit of sweet to it, that just makes it, a nice scent. And this one will last you a long time. I mean, it's a long lasting scent, probably one of the longest lasting out of anything I make. So
Yeah, and then somebody was asking there, Eric, the 40% off code's Banjo15, which is a little bit weird, but
mhm.
it's my normal affiliate code. He just bumped that up to 40%. So thank you, Ron and Ben, for chiming in and answering that question. Yeah, it looks like we're getting some orders in. So that's cool that you guys are
Yeah,
trying
man.
that out. It's a great time to try this out for sure.
Oh,
Uh,
thanks, Chris Novitsky. I appreciate you, man.
oh, did I miss one?
Uh,
Where's that at?
well, he said Magi is why he's going to be a
Oh,
first
yeah.
time buyer
I,
tonight.
I
So
put
that's
that up
awesome.
earlier. Yeah, that's very cool, and it's worth it from what I can tell. Now, keep in mind, I have not worn these in beard. I just got them.
Yeah.
I'm popping the little seal off as I go, but they are really good. I don't know about this last one here from the seasonals, Jimmy, but
We'll see.
we're gonna see. We're gonna bust
We
out
will see.
old Santa Claus. We got Mister Ruddy Claus. So Ruddy Claus is spiced eggnog, Christmas cookies, chili air, and a corncob pipe. It does not sound like my kind of
Yes.
scent, but I'm going to give it the old college try.
That's what I'm wearing tonight.
Really? All right. Does the code work for the deodorants, Jimmy? Somebody asked.
It does.
Yes,
Yes.
it
The only thing
does.
it will not work for is
The custom and the
the Beast
apparel.
Yourself Ruddy Customs. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's my least favorite, but it's not bad. I don't smell like, because, I think eggnog, I think I know how it tastes and it's creamy and it's like, milky,
Yeah.
but you don't get that.
Yeah.
What am I getting off of this?
Well, I mean, it is spiked. So it's
Okay. Spiked eggnog.
there's.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit
Yeah.
of that
Now
secret
this one
Jimmy
has some of
sauce.
that sweet bourbon in there.
I knew there was
Um,
some bourbon. Jimmy loves his
yeah.
bourbons.
I had to pull my flask out and spike the punch bowl.
I'm getting something else too. It's kind of like a bubble gum.
Yeah. So that's I have found that's the pipe, the tobacco,
Okay.
and because it's got a smooth sweetness to it, but once it mixes with
The bourbon.
oh gosh, the bourbon, yeah, it does give off a little bit of that. Would you say
I don't get
bubblegum
the
kind of
Christmas
thing?
cookies. Is that vanilla or something that's giving that? I don't really get vanilla.
Yeah, that's going to be like your longevity player in the thing. So, like over the course of the day, that's going to be the thing that everything else is carried upon. You know?
Cool. So Zig says he's getting Aurora and Southern Gentleman because Southern Gent, his friend tells him how good it is. It's a great peach scent if you like peach. And then it finishes, is that fir that it finishes with? Peach and fir,
Yeah, yeah,
which keeps
yeah,
it, a lot of times peach scents can really smell fake and like, and they kind of finish kind of weird. But with that
yeah,
fir, it kind of brings it back down and gives a little bit of that earthiness, and it finishes a lot smoother, in my opinion, because of the fir, instead of being just
yeah.
peach and kind of taking you to a different fake kind of candy place.
Right, right. And I actually, gosh, I have a fragrance that reminds me just out of the bottle of those peach ring candies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and I was like, oh man, I'm so glad I'm not using this for Southern Gent, because I mean, I probably wouldn't be even making Southern Gent anymore if that was the case. I mean, we went with something that comes across very realistic, you know. So it's fun to have like a difference between the two and to figure it out. I mean, when we were working on your collaboration, Old Home Place, you said you wanted something with cucumber, but you didn't want it to smell like Bath and Body Works
Yeah, every
or something
cucumber
that
scent
like
I've ever smelled was very feminine, and
like a lady's lotion or
yeah,
something like that, you know. This we found one that was earthy, and that was like, I felt like I hit the jackpot when we got it. I was like, this smells like a cucumber at the store, you know, like when
you
you
stick
pick
your
it
head
up.
down in the bushel basket of
Yeah,
cucumbers is what it smelled like.
yeah, without it being like super sweet, you know, whatever those cucumber scents are.
Got a
They're
couple
very.
questions for you, Jimmy. How long will
Go for
bartender
it.
be available? Is that a permanent scent or something you might rotate
Yeah, it's
out?
part of our main line.
Okay, I
It's
thought it
part of our
was.
main line. Yeah. Hmm.
Yep. And then
Yep,
another
it's
question:
around.
Canada. Do you deliver to Canada currently? It only sees U.S. and
Oh,
shipping options.
so just recently, I have had 3 or 4 packages go to Canada and get stopped there and not come back and not go to the person. They're stopped at customs, and I don't know what it is. That I mean, I know other people who are having hardships with international shipping, other businesses, and then I know other businesses who are like, it's no big deal for me, you know. So I don't know if they're stopping it because they know, um, yeah, they just have it out for red bearded guys or whatever.
I think it's all that bourbon
but
you put in there is what it is.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Um, I can't. I don't know what it is. I'll give it a go again, though. If you're really interested, we'll try it again. Just know that there are a lot of weird hurdles that I have no power over that might keep it from getting to you within a time frame that makes any kind of sense. So, just I tell you what, reach out to me and we'll work on something, try to make it happen. And if nothing else, I don't know, maybe we'll go through like a friend of yours or something and zigzag it around and
Friend
get
of a
it to you.
friend.
Yeah, I know some guys they'll say, oh yeah, just send it to me, I'm going to see him next week or something. So um so we could probably do that.
All right. So we've gone through all of the Christmassy seasonal scents. You got a few other things you sent me that we'll talk
Yeah.
about. But guys, Jimmy doesn't do anything small because he's been around in business for a long time, so he can bring back the perennial favorites, and then he can add some more
Yeah.
stuff to it. So all 6 of these are well worth a try for sure. I think you'll like them. You've heard other people in the chat say how much they like these scents. I think if I were to rank them for me just out of bottle, Aurora would be first, and then Magi, and then uh, probably the Moscow Morning, then Santa's Twerk Shop, and then uh, the other two. I'd have to go back and smell them again to put the two cousins there together.
Yeah. Yeah.
But good stuff,
That's
Jimmy.
great,
Thank you for
man.
sending those out to me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, man.
You want to talk about GI a little bit? I know that was a special release you did with Chris on his channel, the
Oh,
TC,
sure.
whatever it is, the company to be named later, or the channel to be named, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got that right here you sent me. So I want to check that out as you're talking about it.
Yeah, yeah. I actually, hold on one quick sec. Jeff Rice. We've had some things with incense, and I think I have used something with Nag Champa before, as a Ruddy Reveal scent. It tends to be very polarizing, and at this point, I have so many things that I want to get done that one offs. If you want to make that happen, a very good option is to do the Beast Yourself Ready custom. That means you get to like be at the helm with whatever the scent profile is. If you really want Nag Champa in there, we can make it happen. And then we can come up with like a beast and what it's dressed up as and kind of get a name and everything. And you would have a customized one of these guys uh, for yourself that we could give out to the world, you know. So look into that. It's at the top bar of the site. Um, if you don't see something in the lineup that you are really wanting, that's a really great way to make it happen if you don't want to wait. So um, let's see.
One more
Um,
question here before we get to the GI. Is the Showman ever coming back? That's what we're talking about. The other one that had money in it, right? The dollar bills
yes. Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
mint. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that scent. So I don't see any reason why we shouldn't bring it back. I do know this, and this will probably help answer some of these questions going forward. Next year, starting in January, we plan on having a scent of the month. We're going to call it the Beast Box. And so this will be something where, yeah, it's a subscription service. You would have the option to kind of build that box the way you want it. If you just wanted an oil, if you wanted a whole quartet, if you wanted something else in it, we would make it to where you could see what was available. You'd know what the scent profile is coming out before your subscription kind of like drafted, and then that way we can use a lot of these cool scent profiles that we have on the Ruddy Preserve and bring them back out, and then introduce newer scents that may not be our main line, but they'll be something that keeps us creating, keeps you getting cool stuff. So be on the lookout for that. The Beast Box is going to be rad when we get it all you know tweaked out. So um, and I think I saw Diablo ask about uh, Secret Agent. Yeah, we're gonna get to that, pal.
Yeah, we're getting ready to get to that in a
So
second. And Miley, if you like Showman, I would suggest if you haven't tried Santa's Twerk Shop, to give it a whirl because it's got mint
yeah,
and the dollar bills. It just doesn't have the bourbon in it. If I can remember right, am I right on the scent profile of the Showman? Is that the one that had
yeah,
mint
they're
and
like they're
bourbon and
close cousins. They would work together very well.
yeah?
Those the Showman does have that nice sweet bourbon in it. Ratios are really different, but there is that reminiscence. So you'll find it's not like a substitute for one, or one's not a substitute for the other, but they do have like some really cool turning pivotal points. So
And we do have Chris
excuse
that's
me.
in here. Good to always have you in here, Chris. But
Hey man,
we got
yeah.
GI.
So GI, GI is Chris's fault, and it's a really good thing to be faulted for. He wanted exactly what you see in that scent profile: blueberries, dry whiskey, Cuban tobacco, leather. He said, and I remember him telling me the reason he wanted these four things is because at any given time, um, somebody who has been in the armed forces will have something like this, at least one of these things on their person. And he just really likes blueberries, so we wanted to throw that on top. And I thought it was a great idea because blueberries and leather have always been something I felt went well together. I've known other companies to do them. They're some of my favorite scent profiles. I just never have gotten to do it myself. So this was a perfect opportunity. And it was also a Veterans Day release, so we had a really great opportunity to give back and do something awesome for those folks uh, that have not only served us like that we know now, but in Chris's terms and what we should all, I believe we should all see, like the greatest generation is um, evident here in the outfit for this German Shepherd.
And guys, it
So
smells awesome. I'm not huge on blueberry. I don't know why. I like eating blueberries. I like smelling it just for a little bit, but that's one that kind of wears on me. So I'm not a huge fan of blueberry leather. Um,
yeah,
but this one works. This one definitely works. And Jimmy's scents aren't super overpowering. So
right.
it's always very smoothly blended. And in my opinion, Jimmy, you're just a master at mixing this stuff, at least
Oh
to
man,
suit my
thank you.
taste anyway. You can take anything that I didn't think I would like, and you can like, well, that's not so bad. I kind of like that.
That's kind of like a subconscious mission of mine is to overturn the idea that you don't like this scent. Well, maybe you do. Maybe you do. It just has to be done just that right way. Uh,
Yeah, I
Eric,
keep.
lasts tonight till midnight.
Yeah, and we've typed that in there as well. So yeah, guys, make sure you take advantage of that. Oh boy, pigskin,
Hey,
pigskin,
thanks,
bacon and
Gary.
a football. Well, it's still football season.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right,
Uh,
let's see what we got next. What Dan C? That must be Brian, the other Brian in here. I don't know what Dan C. Oh yeah, it must be a different Brian because I didn't win anything. So you wanted to talk about the New Year scent. Let me go back to this
Yeah,
one a minute
man.
so I can show it off. Because I don't think it's not on the website, is it?
No, not yet.
Okay,
Not yet. No, we're gonna release it very, very soon. Um, that chimp is just, I mean, he's just dressed to the nines. This
he's
was a
cool.
custom with Diablo, and we had a really good time doing this. He wanted something, and I really loved working with him because the way he came at this whole custom setup was just like a visionary. You know, he showed up and he was like, "Okay, this is what I want. I want a monkey in a suit." And I was like, "Okay, we can do that." And that is not an odd request in my line anyway, because that's what we do anyway. But then he was like, I want something that's like gentleman, just reeks of like, classy guy, but with banana in it. I don't know why, but I want banana in it. And I remember reading this and I was like,
You've
all
gotten some strange requests
right.
before. Here's
I
your
know,
banana
but I was like,
cologne,
I'm gonna do it.
sir. Here's your banana cologne, sir. Enjoy.
And there are times when I like when somebody will, I mean, it's their custom, and I want to respect that. But there are times when I let them know, hey, I just want to let you be very aware that, three or four other customs have already tried to do this very same thing. Or, you know, they've tried these things and I've tried these things like over and over and over. And I'm just not the guy that can do this particular smell very well. But when he said banana, I was like, you know what? Let's be the banana bourbon company. Let's do that.
I got to
So
warm this one up.
uh,
This one's good. This one's good. I never
it
thought I
is
would like a
good,
banana
man.
scent. I told you what you do to
No,
me with these scent
me
profiles.
neither. Me neither, man. Like I honest to God, and Diablo doesn't know this because I haven't said this out loud in front of anybody, but I was just thinking, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm excited about trying it, but there's a really big chance I'm gonna hate this. I'm just gonna mix it, give it to him, and see what he thinks. And we had a couple of tweaks. I think maybe one or two. I mean, I send one or two trials at first, and I think one of them was almost on. He was just like, let's just dial this in a little bit. We changed it, and he was like, I'm so happy with this, man. Let's
You
let's get
guys are
it.
going to dig this.
And
It's
I
unique,
think
but it's
so.
not weird. You
No,
read it. So let me read the whole profile because I can't show it on the screen. So it's
yeah,
banana bourbon, but it's not too much bourbon. I know sometimes some of Jimmy's scents are pretty strong on the bourbon. This one's not quite as strong as some of the other ones. Birchwood oud, tobacco, and an aged oak barrel of monkeys. I don't, no monkeys were harmed in the making of this beard oil. I
that
can
is
promise you that.
correct.
But
That,
it's really
that is
good.
correct.
It's really good. You get a nice, sophisticated, oak and oud, a little bit of bourbon scent, and then just like there's something else going on that's a little bit sweet, but a little bit different with that banana. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah.
That's really good.
and
Good
and it
job.
plays well. That's the thing that, I mean, one of the conversations I like to have with other makers. Um, and there are a few guys that I trust that I can go to and be like, hey man, I'm stumped. Is there a place where I can source this particular scent, like individual scent profile? I'm not asking for any kind of mixes or anything like that. I'm just looking for this particular scent profile. And one of my favorite things to do is to find something and find out that even though I don't like it as an individual smell, it mixes well. It's a great mixer. It plays well with others in the bottle is what I try to tell folks. And when you read those scent profiles, and this is why I like having scent profiles on the bottle. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like having to be so incredibly like, this is what's here, this is what's here, this is what's here, because people get in their minds, I don't like that, and they check out.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way around it with this one. If you don't like banana, I mean, that's the first first thing
And
on the
Alan,
on the
you
list.
described it very well. You described it very well here. He says the bananas are strong at first, and you kind of have to know the bananas in it. If it's once you know the bananas in
Yes.
it, you smell it. But if you don't know it's in it, you may not, be able to place it in your brain because you've never had a beard oil that
Right.
smelled that way. But so it's strong at first, and then when you warm it up, like I was getting ready to say, that banana part's kind of faded away, and you get more of the cologne with the oud and the
Yeah.
oak.
Yeah.
And then you go back and get another whiff. You're like, wait a minute, I smell the banana again. That's very
Yeah.
cool.
I liken it to actually like um, barrel aged bourbon. You
Mm.
know, like if you have a bourbon that comes from a particular type of oak stave, or it was like an oak stave was in that bourbon, you can taste that bourbon. The bourbon had to be around it and swirl in it, to get that particular like good taste that you're going for. The same thing applies with some of these beard oils, and I think the banana is more like a pass through. It's not something that's like this big. Uh, you're going to have it all day long in your nose. It's something that all the other things need to be around so that they can take on a different characteristic. And that's just really fun to do, man. And especially when it turns out great. If it can come out of the bottle smelling great, that's awesome. But if it wears as well as this one does, man, we've hit the jackpot.
That's
So
pretty intricate
uh,
stuff there, Jimmy, with what you do with this stuff. It's pretty cool. Now, I got to take a
we
time out
we
here
try.
because Ken said he just picked up Old Home Place, GI, and Bomb House. So we're going to have to give him he's going to try and Old Home Place is my collab, which is a cornbread, uh, cucumber, tomato vine, and barnwood.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
And that's
so
an
good,
interesting
man. It's
one. You
so
may not
good.
like it. I don't think Chris liked it, which was okay, but I like it.
This is what I mean though. Like the folks that consider themselves supporters of Ruddy Man, they know me well enough to know that I'll throw some things together that may not seem like they mix well. But the only thing that I can ask you as a maker is not. I don't want to just say, "Hey, please buy it because I need money." I want you to like put aside your scent profile prejudices for a second and just entertain the idea that maybe this will work out. Some people have tried like pig skin. Uh, and some folks have been like, nah, I just don't like it. But other guys are telling me, dude, this sounded awful. And I love it.
That's the good
So
part about being a reviewer is you guys, companies send me out stuff that I would never have bought on my own. And usually, and a lot of times it'll be switched. It'll be something I thought I would like. I actually like the other thing better than what I thought I would. And
yep,
Ken, even if you don't like it, that's a good collector's item because that does have a 1930 Gibson banjo on there that my parents bought for me right before my mother died. So that was my prized possession. And I send a picture to Shasta, and she was able to work that in on my Ruddy B. So
yeah,
that does mean a lot
that
to
was
me.
super
I
cool.
appreciate that, Jimmy, what you guys did with that.
Oh man, she was like, oh, I definitely cannot wait to put that banjo on here. Then oh, as soon as we hear a story, my mom and dad told me something like I was doing this big show this year, and there was a blacksmith who was selling stuff, and I don't think he was doing super great, um, but he made these really beautiful fire pokers that had kind of a claw on the end of them, so
Mm-hmm.
you could like poke a log and then also drag it across the fire. It was really long, beautiful, right? So I'm talking to his mom who's running the booth, and he says, yeah, he's a 15th generation smith. And
Wow.
I'm like, what? And so I'm telling my parents about this, right? And my mom said the word for that is provenance. Like that item he makes has provenance
Mm-hmm.
because it has like a story, a history to it. Um, and so when you have something like what you have with that banjo, not only was it special because your parents gave it to you, but it was made so long ago,
Mm-hmm.
So like so much of that story gets wrapped up in what right now just seems like a beard oil, but it actually is something that, for you and me was like a really cool turning
Mm-hmm.
point in our company. So you got to take all that stuff into consideration when you're doing customs. It's not just slapping stuff together so the customer gets something. There's a lot of love that goes into this. So
Yeah, a lot of collector's items here. That's for sure. So we got one more giveaway to do in just a little bit, but Jimmy, I wanted you to talk about some of that stuff you were talking about on that live stream about the upcoming things. You talked a little bit about the Ruddy Reveal event that you're going to be having next year,
Yeah.
but you're kind of redoing some labels, and I know you're busy at working the show circuit some,
Yeah.
and so whatever you want to talk about there for
Oh,
coming
sure.
attractions.
Sure. So like the Ruddy Reveal's coming back. It's an annual event this time. So that'll be like a one-time purchase kind of thing every year. I plan on opening sales for that in February, and then all of March will be the Ruddy Reveal. For those of you that don't know what that is, it is a month-long, uh, typically murder mystery based around a beard oil. Uh, it's as weird and fun as it sounds. It is one of the chief things I love about my company. So be on the lookout for that. There will be a lot more details about that coming up. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out, and I'll be sure to let you know. But we're going to bring that up in the first quarter. We're doing the Beast Box subscription setup. Um, a few more of those products that we're releasing. We have been changing the labels on things, and of course, yeah, like you said, doing show circuits. Part of what we found out by doing live shows this year was, as much as we love the rustic look of our backgrounds, leather on a table all looks brown. It's
Hmm.
just brown, 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 brown across the board. So we wanted to give some texture differences to the backgrounds of our bottles. So a lot of times, I don't know if you can see this clearly, but like this is the new River Runner. It's got kind of an oak moss background to it, just to kind of vibe with the scent profile on it. Uh, Ruddy, the Ruddy Man. This one's got like a nice wood grain feel. So does Whistle Punk. It's got like a nice um, another wood grain, a different type. But Dapper Fox has like a blue leaf on it. Uh, Head Honcho has birch because that's one of the chief scents there. So some really cool changes. I think some of my favorite ones. I told you right before we went on live. Shipwreck. We just
Boom!
changed it.
That's popping right there. That's nice.
Yeah, so like that's what we call the meat of the lime, right? That's the actual fruit inside. And then my favorite one so far, and I think you and I are on the same page with that. I'm looking just to make sure, but I think my favorite one is Pillow
Woo!
Talk.
Look at that.
So this like satiny, silky red background. It's just so good.
One of my favorite
I
scents
just
as
think
well.
it's just one way that we're going to try to elevate our company a little bit more. We already have that cool artwork down. We just wanted to do one more thing that would kind of make it pop off your shelf.
Can we get a
So
barnwood grain in this one?
absolutely,
Red
absolutely.
barn?
I
That'd
think
be cool.
if I'm not mistaken, the only one we're going to keep with the leather background is Brass Tacks, our unscented one, and that just makes sense because this sort of emulates the leather apron I tend to wear in live streams. That's where it starts from. The
Hmm.
carrier blend. So
You could leave it on
um,
your the Ruddy Man scent too.
yeah, I could do that. Yeah,
That might work.
because that's me. All
Yeah.
right. So
And Gary wanted me to go over the Aurora. He said, "What does it smell like?"
yeah.
It smells really good. That was probably my favorite out of the ones I opened here, even though some other ones were really close. I had to wear it in my beard, but it's very cologne esque. You get cologne, but it's got a nice fresh air cologne to it. And
Yeah.
then let's see what else I get. You get a little bit of that cedar and leather. So kind of like a cedar leather cologne with some nice brightness
Hmm.
to it because of the fresh air and cool cologne part to that. It's not
Oh
overly
yeah.
minty. It's not overly cologne. It's a nice blend, just like all of Jimmy's scents, in my opinion, the way he mixes them. But really good.
It's a fun one. I can't wait for people to get a hold of it. I mean, a lot of those shipments went out this week, so thanks for your patience. But a lot of folks are going to be getting it very soon. I cannot wait to hear it. Um, one of the things that I'm super duper excited about this next year, and maybe it's just because I like to geek out on stuff, but we used to do stickers, just like logo stickers for our brand. We haven't done that for a while because we wanted to kind of figure out how we were going to do that with all this new artwork. Everything's so
Hmm.
different now than it used to be. And my wife and I were talking. I was like, just hear me out. What if, because I started doing that YouTube series, the Ruddy Beast Field Guide, where I go, hey, this one's pillow talk. This is what it smells like. This is what we want you to experience with it. We hope you love it. And that's one entry, right? It's just for one scent, one beast, why we chose the animal, why he's dressed the way he is, that kind of thing. So I had in my mind, like it would be super cool to actually have a brochure, um, like a beast field guide that would kind of give you some intel on the different scent profiles rather than just a list of things. You'd have like, this is where he lives on the map. And so we have this idea now to like make each of these little guys here into small stickers about yay big. And I can't figure out how we're going to get this into people's hands just yet. Is it like a first time purchase or whatever? We're still trying to, work the kinks out. But eventually, my hope is that people who love the company will have like a map of the preserve. And every order you get, you'll get a random scent pro or sticker, or maybe not even random. Maybe if you buy this one, you get this one. And then you put it, you
Uh-oh, he froze on me. I had to kick him out, let him come back in. And here he comes. I think I let him in. Where did he go? Hopefully he'll come back on in just a second. And remember, this sale goes till midnight, so 40% off with the code BANJO15. And we're trying to get him back. And you were right
I don't
here
know.
talking, and you were into it, and they're going to get this sticker. And right here,
It kicked me off. It said, thanks for joining. So I was like, okay, I
so you've
overstayed my
been on too
welcome.
long. Your time is up, sir.
I don't know where I got to before I froze up and got booted.
Oh, you
So,
were talking about
um,
the field guide, and you're going to have the sticker, and you're going to be able to put it
sure.
somewhere.
Okay. So you'd put the sticker onto a corresponding silhouette of where that sticker should be placed in conjunction with a map. And it would basically, once you fill up like a quarter of it, you'd get a certain discount. You turn that in, like give me some kind of, I don't know, photo proof. And then like if you fill out the whole map, um, you'd end up getting like a really really big kind of prize because you were a master hunter or something like that. So just a really cool idea in my head. I told Shasta about it and she's like, oh dude, that's great. And most of the time if it's like that's a lot of work, um, then I know it's probably not a great idea. But this one turned out good, so I think you know I just can't not I can't not do stuff like that. So we're gonna run with it as long as we can, see what happens.
Yeah, and I know you're super busy, and I know you have to figure out, okay, where should I put my time and my energy? What's going to be the most
Yeah,
beneficial? I know that. I know you think about this and you try this for a little while, and then your brain starts thinking about something else. But I know
yeah,
that you've
yeah,
always been really good to help other owners, especially the ones that are just starting. You don't know how many times that you hear that on a live stream or talking to an owner behind the scenes, like, yeah, Jimmy helped me out with this, or I asked Jimmy about some so and so. So
oh,
just
that's
a
cool,
great guy
man.
to have in the community, and our beards are better for it because you're helping the whole community out.
I appreciate that, man. And Cal Bizzle is like, Jimmy's a workaholic. I don't know if I'd call me that. If you saw as much time as I take to like crash, you'd probably be like, get back to work, bro.
Yeah, I sent Jimmy down a rabbit hole. It's like I started throwing out ideas for his YouTube channel. It's like, how to run a small business and kind of expand out beyond the beard. It's like you could really get a lot of people in there about how you set
And
up
I
your
was like,
Shopify, how you do your website, how do you do a Shopify? Should you go to shows? What kind of equipment do you need if you go set up at a show? How do you take credit cards and Sezzle and all that stuff? It's like that would be a really good
yeah,
series, and I think you
it
really do
would
well
be.
with it.
It would be. And I mean, the holiday rush. If I'm being really really honest with myself as a company owner, I know I need something for after Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
because as soon as Christmas happens, people they're not gobbling up as much as quickly as they did. So there is some homework time in there that'll allow me to have like a little bit of space to get it right. Um, but then you also need something for everyone else. Like customers still want
Mm-hmm.
some kind of content or some kind of thing that wasn't available before. So my goal is not just to sell beard oil. That's central to the whole business, is to make a living at it, sure. But I want to have so much of a good experience that people want to come hang out, even if they can't afford the oil that day. This would be a way to do that. And I've got a nifty camera if I can just get internet that works. So,
Alan said
but yeah,
it's that North Carolina internet. That's what it
yeah,
is.
man. Sheesh. Oh man, it's not fun.
And speaking of hanging out with Jimmy, you'll have the opportunity to do that again on the Ruddy Man channel, right? On Sunday.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's gonna
yeah.
be
I'm
your
gonna
big
work out
Christmas
some kinks in
bash.
this North Carolina internet.
He's gonna be
But
trying it himself. So that's gonna
yeah,
be the big Ruddy bash. I think you said around 8 o'clock on Sunday evening, Sunday night.
yeah. We're gonna do the annual Ruddy Christmas Bash. Then last year I had a lot of. I had you and a few other folks come on as guests. I think we're gonna do something a little bit different this time. I'm not entirely sure about all that's going into it, but I do have some really good ideas. And one of them is you're definitely going to want to show up to see the outfit I have for this one. I love dressing up in a goofy way, man, and I put this get up on and showed my wife and my kids last night, and she goes, "That's perfect. It's perfect." And then they died laughing in the floor. So we've got some good stuff. It'll be fun. It'll just be a lot of fun. So
Well, you know what, guys? We got one more giveaway to do, so let's get that thing popping, and then we'll see if we got any final things we want to go over. And yeah. So once again, we'll do an oil. Would love for you to try one of these seasonal scents, something that I unboxed tonight, or whatever you really want. Jimmy will make it happen. I know we want you to be
yeah,
happy with your winnings, but these oils are really good. He may even be able to get you the secret agent man, maybe,
ooh,
or even you might have
yeah,
to wait a little bit for it, a few days, but I'm sure you might be able to get that as well. Oh,
if
thank
we
you. I
can
love
make
the
it happen.
graphics. I couldn't resist. I love doing this kind of stuff. So I went and purchased a little graphics pack of some of this Christmas stuff. So you had
It's
that. And
fun.
yeah, I really like the snow one. It looks really cool, I thought.
It does, man. It really does. Super cool.
All right. So let's get your device ready to type in their number. We'll go 1 through 10. 1 through 10. You can go ahead and go. And once again, the way we do it here is if more than one person guesses the right number, we're going with the second person who gets it. All right. If you're the only person that gets it, you win.
Yeah.
And do remember that when you hit enter, it pops up on your screen, but then it's got to travel through the internet. So what comes on my screen is going to be delayed. I'm seeing some numbers come in. Don't forget, if you don't win, or even if you do, you may want to pick up some more things there. So you can use the code BANJO15 till midnight.
Mm-hmm. And you get a freebie off of the Ruddy Preserve.
Oh, and you get a free oil thrown in as well. And it's already like Gary said earlier, it's like $28 for a combo shipped. I didn't come up with the price.
Yeah,
Jimmy did that. He said he wanted to run a sale. So he's doing it.
I did. I
He's
am
doing it.
making it happen.
All right. And I do see a winner. I got to see if there's more than one winner. And you know what? I'm only seeing one winner. And guess what the number was again? Number one.
What are
And
the
that was
odds?
Chris. Chris, who has more Ruddy Man than I've got. And I think I've got all of it. So Chris has got it. Let me know what you're going to pick up, Chris. I want to know what you don't have. He might be waiting on the secret agent person.
He might. He might be holding on to it until like something absolutely new comes out.
So big congrats on that. And thank you all for joining. Jimmy, did you have anything else you wanted to go over? Anything we didn't cover tonight?
Man, I mean, if I talk myself into any more ideas, then we're gonna be
We're
in
going to have to
trouble.
clone you.
I know. No, I've definitely got some more video ideas and things coming down the pipe, and that list you gave me really got me going. The Ruddy Made series it's strange. I started doing that 2 years ago, and now like almost every other day there's somebody in my inbox saying, "Hey, I saw your video. Can I ask you some questions?" um, which is both exciting and also like, uh-oh, like my business has grown. And now I'm starting to see residual effects from old videos, which is just crazy. I don't profess to be like a content creator like you or Ken or any of the others that just do this as their outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I make videos if and when I can. So to have any kind of impact at all, other than just to see myself on camera, is really refreshing, and it gives me more ideas than I have time or hands for. But it's fun. It's fun to always have something to do, and then if I have to take a day off, I do. So. But yeah, like other than that, man, like just be on the lookout for new, good, fun stuff. Um, we're gonna make it all worth your while with Ruddy Man for sure.
Let's say we do something like this next year too. How about it, Jimmy? I
Absolutely,
always
man.
love having you on.
Absolutely.
And by the
Yeah,
way, I don't know
man.
if you saw this. Chris wanted to pass the winnings on to Jeff Rice.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So, Jeff, you can just reach out there. And also, we had another new person to the community here. First time in here, but this haven't tried Ruddy Man before and decided to try it and be part of the community a bit. So that
Oh,
is
thank
awesome. We'll give you
you.
the old air horn.
Thank you. Yes.
Good to have you, Ron.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
We got Donnie in here. He must be finished with his live stream. Sorry about conflicting there. If you go in prime time, you're going to be going with somebody else at the same time. So you just do the best you can, and
Yeah.
just go on with it. And by the way, guys, if you just popped in, you can save 40% off until midnight with the code BANJO15. And I want to thank Jimmy for sending me out the stuff and also, helping support me. I appreciate that. And
Yes,
it's a
sir, man.
pretty good relationship we got here. I like it.
Yes, sir. I agree for sure.
I'll keep giving you stuff behind the scenes to keep you busy. You should do this. You should do
Yeah.
this. How about this?
Hey, I had a great idea for you, Jim. If you're fine to do it, yeah, I can always do it, man. I
We'll
mean,
have to meet up when I
it'll
can. We have to go actually meet up where we can actually talk, where we won't be so busy set up. So
no
we'll go eat at
kidding.
the Bojangles.
Yeah, that's the hangout, right?
I'll come visit you one day during the summer. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll
All
do it.
right, cool. Thank you all for joining us and hanging out for a little bit, and helping to support me and helping to support Jimmy here. And by the way, we hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. Have a happy holidays, and we will see you soon.